This video is from atlantanightclubs.com, and it ties directly into all the topics that we want to discuss. And it also gives me a chance to do a little bit of statistical research to help the Black community out, in particular to help Black women out and help them understand that whatever city or state that you're living in, and you're still running with this notion that there's no Black men available or there's no good Black men available, the problem just may be you. Let's play this quick video of this young woman talking about her experience dating in Arizona, of all places. Let's cook.
I know a lot of these wealthy Black men, do they want Black women?
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do.
I've been here 5 months.
Yeah, we do.
And if you guys listen to the background, there's Black men trying to qualify themselves to this woman by saying, we out here. We out here. And I told you guys, I despise Black men who do that. I despise when men have to try and qualify themselves for a woman that already has a negative outlook on your existence, because you can hear it in their voice. Because we all know that there are good Black men in every city or every state. But for her to ask this question and for to have Black men in the background affirming her as if she's in the power position in regards to the Black men that she's choosing, I despise when men do that. When there's a woman on social media and she says, you know, well, where are all the good Black men? I can't find a good Black man. And there's always that contingent of Black men. We right here, sister. You know, you just need to get out more. Don't tell her that. Don't tell her that at all. She got to learn the hard way, because we know that there's good Black men out there. And for her to say that, it's rather disingenuous. So if there's any Black men that is watching me and you're one of the men that comment under these videos to say, we out here, sister, you just got to look. You look dumb.
Stop it. Get some help.
Stop qualifying yourselves to women who already have a negative outlook on your existence. So let's finish the video.
Yes, we do.
I've been here 5 months.
Yeah, we do.
And I've seen more Black women with other races than anywhere else. I don't see Black men who are wealthy in positions choosing Black educated women. Unfortunately, they're going for stay-at-home moms, Caucasian women. They don't want educated Black. That's what I've seen in Arizona.
One thing that I have an issue when I see Black women go on these spaces and they say stuff like this where they can't find a good Black man, I always wonder if they ask those said Black men, why are you choosing these other women to date and or marry? Because the common misconception is that when you see a Black man that's dating outside of his race, for some odd reason, he hates his mother.
Why are Black women so angry?
Was your mother angry?
And he hates Black women because of the fact that he had to find a woman of another race to settle down with. And I always ask Black women this question, and you guys should ask this question too moving forward. Have you ever asked these Black men that you see dating these other races of women why? Without the negative connotation that you have in your mind about Black men who interracially date, because we already know that there's no issue with Black women dating outside their race, but when Black men do it, it's a whole story on every social media or a podcast or whatever, right? But she's saying that Black men are adapting to where they're at. In Arizona, there is a high percentage of white folk. So if there is a small percentage of Black people, you have to do what you have to do, and you just acclimate to your environment. So if there's an issue with you having a problem dating Black men in Arizona, then maybe you need to move. Maybe you need to relocate to Atlanta or DC, Houston, something like that. Because Black men are sought after by damn near every race. So no matter what city or state that they move to, they will always have dating options and or marrying options. So Black women, you guys are trying to divest. You are trying to swirl, so to speak. Why aren't you in the game? Why aren't you competing for the white men that are out there? Because there's a lot of them. And if you guys don't believe me, let me show you something real quick. So this is for all the black women who live in Arizona. What is the biggest race in Arizona? The 5 largest ethnic groups in Arizona are white at 53.4%. That's over half of the population in Arizona. White Hispanic, 17%. Hispanic, 7%. Other Hispanic, 6.7%. And all the way at the bottom right there, you see black or African American at 4.2%. So could that be the reason why these black men are dating outside of their race? Because there's only 4% of black people living in Arizona. So what are black men going to do? They have to adjust, just like you would have to adjust if you plan on living in Arizona. Ladies, so stop complaining about what black men are doing and stop asking why they're not dating educated black women. Did you ever ask why? Why aren't black men in Arizona dating educated black women? Instead of sitting there getting mad, listen. And that's what these spaces are for y'all to learn. Because I'm going to tell you like this, typically what comes with the educated boss chick type black woman, there's a large attitude that comes with all the baggage and all the college debt that you're bringing to the table. You can take my advice or not, but just ask black men. They will tell you what type of attitudes these women typically have. If you don't believe me, see Ebony K. Williams.
Ayanna Von Zant said, not even young, a lot of black women today are operating as men in skirts. Men in skirts. They are occupying a masculine posture in their relationships and in society, and it needs to stop. Basically, she's saying women, and I'm putting my hand in the air. What do they say? Hit dog holla. I was hit. I was like, oh, this one's for me. Dr. Von Zant says women today are so preoccupied by building and protecting and providing and making the money and being the boss and being overeducated and overemployed and all of that they're too busy occupying spaces that are traditionally for men. And so while we look feminine, we've got our lashes and some of us have our BBLs and all of the things. I'm just, that's what you're saying. And our Balmain, our Christian Louboutins. Aesthetically, we present feminine, but in terms of core values and how we show up in the world, we are masculine.
She is the poster child for the boss chick. And she has a little bit more leeway than most women who have their degrees, because typically when you get women that have degrees, they tend to focus on that, which is a great thing. Education, always good. But other areas of their physical appearance tend to dwindle. Let's just say that much. So you having master's degrees, a doctorate, and things like that, it doesn't matter to men if you don't look the part. That makes sense? So like I said, instead of getting mad at these spaces, y'all need to be sitting your asses down and listening instead of asking why black men are doing what they're doing. Why are you worried about us anyway? So you sitting there on the sidelines watching black men holding hands and picking flowers with some white woman, and your ass sitting there on the bench, not in the game. Get your ass in the game and go date a white man. Instead of complaining about what the hell black men doing. Stop looking at us. Focus on y'all. Here's some more information about Arizona. Phoenix in particular. What percentage of Phoenix is black? The largest Phoenix racial ethnic groups are Hispanic, 42.9%, followed by white, 41.2%. And there you have black people at 7%. So this woman picked the wrong city and state to complain about, because there's not that many of us that's living in this particular state and or city. So move your ass to another state where there's more black folks. Go to Georgia, go to Atlanta, and see what you can find out there, right? I mean, I've heard, reservations about Atlanta. That's neither here nor there. But if you want a larger pool of black men to date, then I advise you to move to one of those states or whatever, DC or Atlanta, Houston. But if not, stay your ass in Arizona and compete for the small amount of black men that are there, or compete for the white men or the Hispanic men that are there. Y'all swear that all these races are checking for you. It's not showing up in the statistics, but you can see for yourself. Maybe you can get lucky and you can find one of these white men to marry you. Maybe you can get lucky and you can find a Hispanic man to marry you. Not just date, and I have to be clear about that. If you want to make a dent in black women's marriage rates, you have to require that instead of getting knocked up by these men and then trying to push it off on black men. We already debunked this stuff multiple times last year. And I'm going to just keep reminding y'all that you guys are having a lot of kids by a lot of men of different races, but they're not marrying you. So if you want to change that, figure out what they need and what you need to change in order to be better for either black men or the white men that you say that you want to divest to. That is your focus in 2024. Don't focus on black men. We're good. We'll be fine. And like I said, every 4 years, they update these marriage statistics. 2017, 2021, the next one, 2025. And I'll tell you right now, I've been looking at the formulation of these numbers, and y'all going to be pleasantly surprised, black men, to see how much your numbers have increased. And I'm giving y'all a heads up right now. Black women, this new set of marriage numbers is going to put everything into perspective as to why the focus and attention is on you guys. Take my word for it. There's a reason why you see so many podcasts talking about trying to see how black women are going to get a man, and why are we always the talking point? Because of the fact that you guys are losing in that area, in that marriage area, and we're trying to help, but y'all keep getting offended by saying that somebody is bashing you. But we're trying to give you a heads up, like, hey, it's not a lot of people that's somewhat checking for black women. The only race of men that's literally checking for y'all seriously is black men. But y'all seem to have a problem with us, and you're driving a lot of our men away. So you need to fix that, or you can continue doing what you're doing. The dating market always loves single by choice women. And I used to say this all the time when I was on the dating market and I was focused on my purpose. If it wasn't for single women, I would have never had a sex life. Did y'all hear what I just said? If it wasn't for single women, I wouldn't have had a sex life. Think about that. Y'all are useful to the group. You want to focus on your career, focus on your schooling, but you need a little bit of weenie here and there, and it's a lot of men that will gladly oblige. And I was one of them. So thank you, ladies. All the women that didn't want to get in real relationships, but you like spending the weekend so we can go ahead and slip and dip and sneak and freak. Thank you. And the men on the dating market who are focused on their purpose and don't want to get in a relationship, they thank you as well. So keep running with that narrative and keep lying to yourselves. Because I tell men over here not to ask questions. Don't try and convince her otherwise. If she tell your ass that she's single by choice, make sure she stay that way. That's your marching orders, gentlemen. Don't be asking, well, why you think that you single by choice? Why are you asking that, brother? She finna bust it wide open. What are you doing? You messing up for everybody else out there. Oh man, I'm gonna stop. So, and also, we ain't supposed to be doing this in 2024. Who said that? Look at this. What movie was that? Was that Don't Be Drinking Your Juice in South Central, whatever?
Don't ask. I said don't ask. I said don't ask. No questions.
Don't ask. No questions.